If you're a PlayStation player, you need to check this out. This article is by Push Square, and it's a poll, really. It's talking about if you're considering leaving PlayStation for PC. I've seen grow exponentially over the past few years. There's a number of players saying they're going to leave PlayStation for PC. There's a comment already, a popular point of view, which is, ever since Sony announced that they're stopping the manufacturing of gaming discs, everyone's been very upset about it, which I don't blame them, because that is literally ownership at its finest, and that it's removing that kind of ownership, or at least I would believe it's removing a sense of ownership. So it says right here, broadly, I think the sentiment boils down to the fact that consoles just don't have the advantage over PCs that they used to. Hardware prices have risen exponentially on the back of the memory crisis, which is impacting the PC and also other manufacturers such as PlayStation and Xbox. Furthermore, consoles aren't the pick up and play solutions that they used to be. Still are, honestly. They say that they don't, but I mean, there's PC gaming and handhelds, but PlayStation and Xbox still rule in the. But anyhow, yeah, still PlayStation and Xbox, I'd say they're still the kings of couch gaming. But who's to say that Steam isn't a competitor? Sony has obviously changed its stance on single-player games in the past few months, but as of today, you can still buy major first-party games like God of War Ragnarok and Marvel Spider-Man 2 on Steam. So we are going to talk about what that looks like. PlayStation and Xbox exclusives that have moved over onto Steam, because that is huge, because there's lots of talking points about this. But let's get into the poll. So the poll is, are you considering moving from PlayStation to PC? With 7,556 votes in at the moment of July 22nd, we have 22% of those votes say they're sticking with PlayStation. 7% says that they thought about it, but they probably won't. And then we got a whopping 45% that they're seriously considering moving over to PC. Now, that's huge, first off. As PC gamers, I mean, I welcome it, because more the merrier, right? There's 16% that has already switched over. 10% of 7,000 is play on both PC and PlayStation, which is great. Diversity is great. Competition's great. But it is very unfortunate what PlayStation is doing. So, my take on it is, if you're seriously considering it, let's talk about it. Let's look at what that looks like, because I mean, there's so many things to talk about with PC. If you're just getting into it, you can buy a pre-built, or you could not buy a pre-built. The issue is you're not going to be doing couch gaming anymore. Not really. There is the new Steam machine that has came out, but it is a very, very entry-level PC at a very escalated price. Building your PC is the best method, and there are multiple, and I mean multiple, guides on YouTube. Check out LTT, Gamers Nexus, ZTT, which is Zach's Tech Turf, UFD Tech. All of them are great. They show you how to build PCs. There's guides. They talk about budgets. They talk about where you should buy, depending on what. Honestly, I looked at a lot of them. If you're trying to get a new PC, it's going to be, with the RAM crisis, it's expensive. RAM and the memory prices for the solid state drives, expensive. So I wouldn't say it's a lot, but it is a heavy chunk of a budget if you are trying to consider moving over to PC. So I'll show you what that looks like right now. So for my budget ballers, this is what it would look like if you're trying to get into PC. Of course, this is all new prices. You're not going anything used. So I did have to cut back on a lot of things. If you're trying to actually stretch your budget, this is probably the most I would go for. It is $851.67 before taxes, and this is excluding a monitor and mouse, keyboard, and mouse pad. So you do need to take all that into consideration. This is only just the computer. This is only if you build it fresh, you follow the guide, you install it. This is bare minimum you need to get into PC gaming, sort of, because this is excluding, again, the peripherals. So if we take into account a monitor, I went ahead and got a 1440p or a 2K monitor for y'all. $130 for 1440p, 120 hertz monitor. It's really great. You don't need to go any further, especially if you're just getting into PC building or PC gaming. This is going to last you a long time. For budget balling, this is pretty good, $106. Now, Redragon's pretty great. I have had them before in the past, and I've heard other people talk about it. It's as great as it can be. If you're trying to go cheap, this is the best method. Of course, there are custom keyboards, there are custom mouse, and different mouse pads. If you don't want to do this, again, you could look and stretch your budget even more. But if you're trying to keep it under $1,000, this is the best way. Yeah, so I got it for, well, you can't even see it, $992.90 this for this PC alongside the monitor and keyboard. Of course, you need a desk, so Facebook Marketplace. I mean, a desk doesn't have to be special. I have a stand-up desk. Redragon's pretty good if you're trying to go for, if you're just trying to start gaming, like, I don't know, same week, I would say, because you have to build PC. That's different. I would not, and this is my professional opinion, I would not go pre-built, because no matter what, they're gonna cheap out somewhere. If it's gonna be the power supply, they're gonna cheap out. They're gonna NVMe stick or the memory. They're gonna cheap out possibly on the memory or maybe on the RAM. And I understand memory and RAM is really high because of the AI, but still, if you're getting to PC, it's not worth to go through that risk. And just building the computer is not only more rewarding, but at least you know how to build it. So if you ever have any issues, you yourself are a troubleshooting master. But look who decided to come right now while I'm talking about this. Honey, she wants to say hi. Can you say hi? No? Okay. So as we move over to the next build, you can see it is about $300 more. The CPU is upgraded, so it's faster. The RAM is faster. You have double the storage compared to what I showed before. So you get 1 terabyte besides 512 gigabytes, which is 1 terabyte more. You get a beefier, not really beefier, but you get more VRAM on the GPU side, and the PSU remains the same. With all that, it is, what is that? Yeah, it's roughly a $300 difference between the two. You get more performance, and it'd be a lot more smoother, in my opinion. If you go with this build, I would not upgrade the monitor. If you're just getting into PC gaming, still stick with this monitor. Look at other options at the end of the day. But if you're trying to go, again, into PC building like this week, this is the way. So we got $11.52 and 11 cents, and then we add $106.24, and then add the keyboard and mouse, $34.99, for a total of $1,293.34. So yeah, $1,300 if you're trying to get a little bit more beefier, faster, and something you don't need to upgrade anytime soon. If you're just getting into PC building, your next PC is probably gonna be in 5-10 years, if at that. If you're playing heavy AAA titles, yeah, you're gonna need more storage. And now you can upgrade your storage from 1 terabyte to 2 terabytes, so you can download as many Call of Duties as you want. But yeah, $1,300. So at the end of the day, it's still a $200-300 difference between what I just showed you. It is a lot. I'm not admitting that this is an expensive thing. Of course, PC building is expensive. But if we're considering the pulls, considering and looking at the next pull, if you're considering PC, what's the biggest reason? Sony ending physical discs is the biggest one, with 43% of 6,000 votes. That's huge. That is absolutely huge, because everything on PC is digital. So what's the difference? Not only is PlayStation going to have a monopoly, I mean, I would probably argue that, because once they remove physical discs, you can't share that with friends. Or now, rising console prices is not that big of a scare, but there has been rumors of the PlayStation 6 console being more expensive than a lot more than the previous generations. So we got more games available on PC, with 8% of people that are considering it. So that's not horrible. That's actually a pretty good reason. And we'll talk more about that here shortly. Better long-term game ownership. 14%, this could be very misleading, because it's the same thing with PlayStation. We really don't have that much ownership because everything's digital. So on Steam, now I say that much ownership because there is a different platform. Steam is the most common and highly regarded platform at the moment on PC. And that's where you're going to be more likely getting your games. And I'm not saying that as a biased opinion, but there's not really other competitors that can do what Steam has done. And their Steam's customer support, Valve, amazing. Anyhow, better performance and upgrade options. Now that's a very good point. A lot of people don't really, it's not really spoken about too much, I mean, that I'm aware of, but better performance and upgrade options, yes, it does depend on the case that you have. and the motherboard platform that you're in. But at the end of the day, the performance is going to be a little bit more, it's going to be raw versus on PlayStation and Xbox. They use upscaling methods and techniques to basically make it, yeah, it's playable on 4K, but it's not really running at that very great resolution. So playing at 1440p, it's in between 1080p and in between 4K. That's why it's 2K. But it's really good for, again, a lot of people that are starting off. It's higher crisp fidelity is what you want to see. It's what you see when you're in person. The further you're back, yeah, it's crisp. It looks good, but when you're in person, you want to have a crisper, cleaner text, and that's why we go 1440p. In terms of the performance, though, again, boils down to the PC you're building. So you can even go even more expensive than what I showed you, but doesn't necessarily mean it's better. You have to look. There's a lot that goes into it. So if you want me to go ahead and do that, let me know down in the comments. I don't mind doing this. It's just something fun. Better performance. That is a very good case on it. And then there's 18% of these votes that are not interested in PC gaming. Don't know if it's lack of information or maybe it's just that they don't care and that they're going to stick with it. I am curious to know these perspectives. I just don't know if I were to go to PlayStation, I like to see what PlayStation has to offer. You know, what makes it more compelling, what makes it better. I mean, at the end of the day, it could be also the interface. You know, you've gotten so used to PlayStation. I would love to stick with PlayStation. I mean, it's the same thing with I'm stuck on PC because I absolutely love PC. If a PS6 costs around $1,000, what would you do? 6,535 votes, 13% of them would buy it at launch. Wow! That's your Sony diehards. So that's a good chunk, but there are, what, 90 million PlayStation 5 consoles that were sold or whatever? I think I read something like that. I mean, it has to be, I have nothing to really justify PlayStation 6. I'm going to actually talk about some points here shortly. People are waiting for a price drop on the PS6, which is going to be really tough. I mean, you have to wait for a Black Friday miracle or, I don't know, a Christmas miracle. We got building or buying a gaming PC instead. 31% of 6,500 would go over. And look at that. Those 31%, if you guys are here, the options I have given are pretty good. Well, good for at least, again, starting off to getting into PC. And then 29% would skip the generation altogether. So people that are still on PlayStation 4 that are waiting for PS6, or people that are on PlayStation 5 that are just going to skip it out altogether. Makes sense, you know. I think PlayStation's good for, I mean, I enjoy their controllers. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts on if you're a PlayStation player. So I think everyone has compelling arguments as to why they would stick or why they would switch. Let's have some talking points about why we should move over or maybe consider PC. Now we're going to look at my very handy list that I've created through Notepad. All right, so Steam over PlayStation Store. Let's talk about it. So, I did not mention earlier about the game ownership also. So if you want to own your games, it's kind of difficult because certain indie developers go through GOG, is what's the storefront's name, and that's how you'll be owning your games. If you could burn it onto a disc, you could do whatever you want with it. GOG is the way to owning the games at the end of the day, but those are more, again, indie titles, so not really the big triple A's like Black Ops or Horizon Zero Dawn, stuff like that. So I'm aware of PlayStation has some pretty good discounts. I believe you do have to pay for PlayStation Plus, which I'll have it pulled up here shortly. PlayStation Plus, the essential is you get monthly games, online multiplayer, and more. 1 month subscription, $10.99. What do you get? You get core PlayStation Plus benefits, join your friends in online multiplayer, add new games to your collection every month, and get incredible deals from PlayStation Store and more. So you get monthly games, like you can just play it like the Xbox Pass. I'm assuming that's what it is. Then you got online multiplayer, so you're paying to play online with friends. That's crazy. Is Xbox also the same way? Hold on, I gotta read this. Xbox Game Pass, here it is. So a PC only, okay, that's crazy. So the essentials, $10 a month, just like PlayStation Plus. You get 50 plus games, playable on console, PC, or more devices. Unlimited cloud gaming benefits for games like League of Legends and Call of Duty. What? benefits for games. Like what? Like skins? Skins for $10 a month? Whew. This is rough. Online console multiplayer. Yeah, they do it too. What is this? Yeah, play day one. Play new games that the day that they're released, including new Xbox published games. Okay, so you can't do that on the $10, but you could do that on PC. You cannot get access to current Battle Pass, OG Pass, Lego Pass. Oh, I get it now. Oh, I get it. Rocket Pass Premium, get V-Bucks each month. $10 a month won't get you V-Bucks. EA's tied into this too. You'll get access to a collection, so it's probably like one game, and you probably have to still have to pay probably. Ubisoft Plus, only on PC, paying $10 a month just to play with friends. $119.88 without taxes. $120. A lot of people don't think about this. I'm telling you, this is crazy. Just to play with friends on Xbox and PC and PlayStation. This is crazy. A 12-month subscription, you get to save money. Wait, no, hold on. PlayStation Plus is more expensive. It's $1 more. Okay, it makes sense if you go the yearly, because $80 compared to $120, you're saving yourself a good $40. I guess that makes sense, but okay, let's see. Let's say I just joined this. I have to actually log in? I'm not going to log in just so I can see that. PlayStation, you're doing a little bit better, but not any better. Okay, this is crazy though. 12 months, a year, $80. And I didn't see anything like where Xbox could be doing that. You get PlayStation Plus Essential, includes share play, cloud storage, and exclusive content. At least Xbox is a little bit more thorough in what that looks like, but let's see. You got classic catalogs, all available benefits. So let's do Essential. Exclusive content. Customize your adventures with exclusive content for select free-to-play games. Well, there it is. Exclusive discounts, cloud storage, share play, invite friends to join your game or take control from their console. Okay. So basically just Steam Play almost. I don't know. Kind of rough. I mean, even still, $80, $6.66 a month. That's crazy. That's crazy. Back to my talking points. We got Steam sales, which are huge, and there's plenty of stories on Reddit where people would pay like for 12 games and then they get it for like under $80. But those 12 games are like pretty big titles, so very cool. We got modding, which isn't that really big of a deal, but modding never been easier. We got Steam Workshop, we got Nexus Mods, we got probably other shit that you probably shouldn't be doing because it's probably breaking TOS on multiple games. But hey, there's modding. You want to be a cheater? Be a cheater. I ain't promoting it, but you do you. Oh yeah. So yeah, controllers don't really matter. I will say the best experience I've had is the Steam controller from Valve or Steam itself. Huge. This bad boy. Let me tell you, I've been doing some bed gaming. I've just sat down in bed. Normally I don't ever do that, but my wife's PC is upstairs, and baller, just straight baller. It's never been any easier. I mean, it has antennas. PCs have antennas that comes with the motherboards, but Steam controller, puck, phenomenal. Honestly, works really great. I haven't had any issues besides like Windows 11. I have a Windows 10 on my main computer, but Windows 11 sucks. Anyhow, you could use a PlayStation controller, which by the way, I've been using my PS5 controller because the Steam controller actually fits a lot better in my hands, but I do have small hands, so PlayStation controller feels really good. I still use it actually. I play it for gaming. Steam controller is just better for if you're laid further back, and then just the navigation's just, you can't really beat it. You know, it's meant to be played on the PC because it's got those touchpads. So, and then we got gaming. I do PC gaming on my main computer. And I've uploaded, and yeah, it's way smoother. I have a 144 hertz OLED monitor. It is a stretched boy, but it's just phenomenal. I mean, I've played on console before. Yeah, it's smooth. It depends on the TV also, if it supports 120 hertz. All in all though, I mean, it just can't be any better. In my opinion, this PC gaming for me has just always been, yeah, I played on a crappier PC back in the day, but it's way better compared to like, my brother had a PlayStation and a Xbox, and the Xbox, it was great. Xbox 360. I don't think he went to one. He got a PlayStation 4, then a PlayStation 5, but still, it was smooth. It looks great. Don't get me wrong, but it was also his TV, which was, it made it even, it made, it looked even better on the Xbox. But his TV was way better. I mean, it basically just helped assist in making it graphically look good, but it's also the PlayStation that was doing a lot of that work. So all in all, though, kind of hard to really say. It's just gonna be a way better experience. I mean, I don't know. I don't like sitting too far back. Yeah, it makes sense for a lot of people that do it, but also I know that there's a lot of people that already have monitors, so you don't even have to get the monitor that I showed. But yeah, it's a lot of people that have monitors and do console gaming at their desk. Still great option, but PCs is going to be your, at least I would argue, better alternative versus going to Xbox. The only difference is the interface and then the subscriptions and the benefits, but it's kind of hard to really say. I'm not really starting a console war. I'm just here to just say, hey, if you're going to consider PlayStation, if you're going to consider PC, might as well try it because it's pretty good. And I'm only just saying that because I just want to start a war in the comments. No, it's there's alternatives. Everyone should at least know what everything has to offer, and if you're getting the best benefit out of what you're paying for. It's a tough thing. Paying $120, $100, $80 just to use the online experience, while a PC could give you other benefits besides just gaming. You can work on it. You can do a lot of other things, chats, videos. I mean, I don't know. I enjoy it a lot better and more, in my opinion. Game chat options. And this is, in my professionally unbiased opinion, TeamSpeak 6. I should definitely add a 6. TeamSpeak 6 over Steam Chat, over Xbox Chat, over Discord, because Discord is horrible. You should not be using Discord. I used to use Discord once upon a time. It's only good for and then for our game chat options, I know it's pretty easy back then. You don't have to download an application, but for PCs, you got yourself, this is a professionally unbiased opinion. There's other alternatives, but this is me saying this. You could probably skew this around. This is a very hot debate and topic right now on the PC platform. People just use Discord because everyone has been used to Discord. So, I have hot topics on that, but I ain't here to say that. These are your alternatives. You have options. There's different Discord options also. Some other ones, I don't know. Flux is like the one that comes off the top of my head. Maybe Flux, anything's over. Let's just put Flux, because Flux is not going down the rabbit hole Discord is now. To sum it all up, with the options I provided for something new, a little bit of elbow grease, whether it be $1,000, at least you're inside the PC platform. I feel like, and I believe there's long-term value in the long run. Yeah, same thing with PlayStation or PlayStation 4s or whatever. There's a lot to come with PC, and it's more rewarding, in my opinion. Losing physical media, that's a pretty big thing. At least, if my platform was designed around it also, designed physical and digital. A lot of people go digital, but there's still a big sum that still focuses on physical media. It's just simple as that. Physical media is way better, but on console, of course, PC's not, it hasn't really been in that format still for quite a bit. But GOG, Steam, TeamSpeak, check them all out. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I am saying all this, of course, as an opinion. Take this video as just a stepping stone. You can learn from it, or you can just say, you can stick with PlayStation. At the end of the day, that's perfectly fine. Enjoy what you have. That's the biggest thing. But if you're considering moving over, there's lots to talk about. If you ever have something to talk about, just say down in the comments and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. But hey, this was fun. It was great talking. Y'all take care.